the learning curve was slow. I mean, we got better, but the learning curve was slow. In fact, Bobby Howe has said in our defensive meetings the last couple of days, and he goes, "That's so frustrating because we can sit there and not draw stuff on the board and just talk about it." Well, you know, the Mike linebacker goes here and the left end goes here, and then the strong safety drops down and the backside safety goes to deep middle, and Bobby's going, hold it, draw it on the board, draw it on the board. You know, so I think it's a huge advantage.
What was it about Bobby and Hunky, for that matter, that made you want to hire his guys?
I guess I can say that Bobby Howe is a great football coach. All you got to do is, he struggled here at UNLV, but all you have to do is look at his record. He's a good guy, he's smart, he gets along with the players very well. I have great respect for him as a football coach, and I think he had several choices, and I think we got very lucky that he came to us.
What about Hunky?
Hunky I knew as a player, and then obviously we recruited his high school. So I watched him coach, and I love his upbeat attitude, his aggressiveness, his positive attitude, how he gets along with players. He just fit. And then Jeff Horton knows those guys very well, you know, and he knows Hunky very well. So back to being an offense coordinator. In the offense coordinator, you have a lot of influence on who we hire on offense.
Did you know much about Mike Bobo before he was hired at Colorado State? Did you have any interaction with him?
Very little interaction.
Do you want to, I mean, what are your impressions of what he'll bring to the conference, to that Colorado State program?
Well, I mean, he was a very highly competitive guy as a player, had great success at Georgia as a coach. I would guess Colorado State would not miss a beat.
Did we get it right naming you guys the a pretty overwhelming favorite in the West Division, or are we just typical media idiots?
I would never call you idiots. I would never do that ever.
You got another word in mind, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys deserve to be such overwhelming favorites? Do you
let me put it this way. I've been in this league long enough that I've been picked last. I've been picked in the middle. This might be the second time we've ever been picked first on a team that I coached, and it had nothing to do with the season. The season didn't turn out that way anytime. It's a lot easier if you're picked last because that gives you automatic incentive. It's things you can talk to your players about. It's things that you can challenge their manhood about. You get picked first, now it's a question on how your players are going to handle that. Are they going to forget it and go about their business, or are they going to go out there and think they've already arrived and then not practice hard and not play well?
Do you think you got the mindset of this team to handle it well?
I think our team will handle that just fine. Our team understands that preseason stuff means nothing. I mean, I think we were one of the top 10 defenses in the country last year. We only got one guy on the preseason all-defensive team. What's that all about? I mean, if you want to go about that stuff, but that doesn't mean anything anyway. Being preseason all-conference means nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's whether you're on the all-conference team at the end of the year that matters.
You guys had the big lead at Boise State that you weren't able to finish a couple of games late. You know, the division didn't quite go your way at the end. You lose the bowl game in a close game. Did that fuel these guys through the offseason?
I think our team was disappointed how the season ended last year, yeah. And I think they've done a good job in the offseason.
You obviously bring a lot of guys back, particularly on that defense. What are your expectations for this group?
My expectations are that we're going to be a good football team. I think a lot of things are involved with how you do during the season that have nothing to do with your preseason expectations or the number of players you have. We have to have a starting quarterback. That's number one. Okay, we're going to be able to run the ball because we've got not only the best running back in the league, we've got 2 or 3 other really good running backs in our program.